Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be playing a human body themed Clash Royale deck where every card either represents a part of the human body or a specific function of the human body. So the Tesla is your eyes because your eyes open and close, and the Tesla kind of opens and closes as well. And a couple of flaps that open and close kind of reminded me of eyelids. So that's what that represents. The Electro Dragon is all of the electrical signals and synapses in your brain, because your brain is constantly shooting out electrical signals, so we just have the card that shoots the most electricity in the game. The E-Golem is your brain, because it's a soft, pink, squishy mass. The Tornado is your nose, because Tornado sucks in a lot of troops, and your nose sucks in a lot of air. The Skeletons are obviously your skeleton structure. The Pump represents your heart, because both of them pump. The Battle Healer is your liver, because your liver kind of cleanses you. It essentially removes damage from your body, just like the Battle Healer removes damage from troops. And it's also a really good support card, and the liver supports a lot of other systems in your body, so I figured it was fitting. And then Poison just looked like a little vial of blood, so we have that in there as well. And this shouldn't be a terrible deck. It kind of looks like a fairly typical E-Golem deck with the E-Drag and the Healer and the Pump, so hopefully we can make something work with it. And the reason why I built this specific deck today is because some of the thoughts that I've been having are along the lines of the human body, because I've been seeing a lot of reels. Maybe not a lot, but I've seen a decent amount of reels on Facebook of a pathologist, I believe, who essentially takes apart a body after death to examine it for scientific purposes. And I think there's a couple of different kinds. The one that I'm watching isn't the one that... He's not the one that does an autopsy on it and examines something for the cause of death or anything, but he essentially takes apart the body for what I believe scientific purposes. So he essentially, records videos, and he'll show a bunch of different aspects, a bunch of different parts of the body. He'll explain what they do. You kind of get an inside look of your own body, which is really cool. And so a few of the reels I watched were like with your eye, how there's a muscle that just goes right here that controls your eye movements. I saw what the intestines look like all laid out. And it's huge, by the way. I didn't know it was like 20, I don't know how long exactly it was, but I didn't know it was as long as it was. But essentially on the inside of your intestinal lining, it's not just smooth, there's like little folds, and that increases the surface area so that it can maximize the absorption of food that's going through it. And so I thought that was really fascinating. And there's several other reels as well. Okay, I don't know why I activated King when it was going to be activated anyway, but I guess essentially what I'm saying is, that was embarrassing. We'll give it another go. I don't normally play with this kind of deck, but essentially what I'm saying is I saw a bunch of different reels of all different aspects of the human body, and it reminded me of, it kind of taught me how complex and how intricate it is, and just how fascinating the human body is. There's also a reel that I saw which was pretty gruesome. It was but it taught me essentially how resistant the human body is, and how good it is at adapting and surviving, which kind of added to the complexity of it. There was this guy that was cliff jumping, where he was jumping off of a really high rock into a lake, and hold on. And so he did. So he attempted to jump off of a high rock into a lake, but he missed. He didn't jump quite far enough off the cliff, so he jumped off, kind of head first, and his face ended up slamming into another rock that was jutted out just a little bit, and he ended up having to be taken to the hospital, and it showed him in the hospital, and it was a hard watch because his face was, you couldn't tell that it was a face. It looked like the best example I can give is of maybe like a rotting watermelon, or like an overripe watermelon where it's just kind of really squishy and there's not really, like, his face just kind of, it was hard to watch, but he was alive, which was like, anyone looking at that, you would think, okay, this guy's obviously, like, he almost didn't have a face, he almost didn't have a head, and yet he was still alive. He did end up dying at some point, but like when they were recording it, he was alive, and it was just fascinating to see, like, in what conditions the human body can survive, and how sometimes you can undergo such a horrific, life altering injuries, and your body can still be alive from it, which just kind of added to the fascination with the human body. And essentially the reason why I'm telling you all this is because I'm a pretty logical person. Not a very good Clash Royale player, as you can see, but I would say when it comes to believing things, I usually don't believe in something unless there's a lot of proof to back it up. Like, I would consider myself pretty grounded, but I do believe in a God, even though there's no proof or evidence of that. And the reason why is because I don't believe that we just happened on accident. I think the human body is too complex and too amazing, really, to be anything else. I don't think it makes sense for us to have spawned here or evolved from monkeys or anything. I think it's the same reason that when you look at Mount Rushmore, you don't just think, wow, nature is amazing because, the rain over all these years, wore away the rock to this beautiful structure. I mean, no one thinks that. When you see it, you know that there is, a plan and an intelligent mind behind it that planned it and executed it. And so that's I would say the same reason with us as people, is the more I learn about kind of the human body and how fascinating it is, and why I don't think we'll ever be able to replicate anything close to it as humans, just because it's such an amazing creation, the more I believe that there's a higher power, because I don't think that there's any other explanation for it. So anyway, that was my thought today. That was the human body deck. I apologize you had to witness that horrendous gameplay, but hopefully we will do better next time, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.